So the leasing agent called me and told me the police was there.
Waking up early, catch a flight to Michigan. Business problems first, that's why I'm always winning, man. If you think I'm bougie, you never met my mom. 7 years old, I'm already set for prom. Savings on fleek.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Sherelle. Welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things elevation. But today I'm giving y'all a story time. Now in this video, I'm going to be stocking my fridge and I'm going to be lightweight stocking my counter, I guess you could say. But today I'm going to be talking to y'all while I stock. And I'm going to be telling y'all about the time that one of my Airbnb guests left the children at the crib and the police was called. Let's get right to it. Now, as soon as I start my vlog, they want to start cutting grass. I hope y'all don't hear that. But anyway, at the beginning of my Airbnb journey, I took a special liking, kind of a little, I wouldn't call it friendship, but you know how certain people you do business with, you end up talking to them a little bit more than you talk to the other people. And one particular time she booked my unit and she was asking me how to get in the unit. Obviously, she caught on to my name and my voice. She knew that I was a sister. So she wanted to keep me on the phone and shit, I stayed on the phone with her. And we just got to talking about life and she got to telling me about her life and her situation. And I began to sympathize with her. So from that point on, she would stay at my unit like 3 or 4 more times after that. And anytime she stayed at my unit, she would just cash at me. We wouldn't even go through the Airbnb website. Red flag number 1. Don't do that, y'all. Don't let nobody stay at your unit without using the platform unless you're insured, you got your own insurance, or you know that person personally. And please believe people that you know personally, they'll mess up your unit too. So don't get it twisted, but I just always recommend going through the website because that way you're protected. So anyway, y'all, she got to talking to me about her life story, telling me what's going on in her life, telling me, you know, her husband's situation, and I'm not really gonna get into like the details. I could do that because don't nobody know who she is, but like, for this video, I'm going to save all that. I'm not going to do that. Y'all just got to know that she reeled me in, though, with her sad story, her sob story, okay? So she was staying at my unit. And the last time she stayed at my unit, she was supposed to stay there for like 3 or 4 days. And she cashed at me. I went out of town. I went on about my way. Next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call from the leasing agent telling me, the police were called to your unit last night because of a noise complaint. I was like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, no police. I haven't heard anything about no police coming to the unit, and I wasn't there, so like, please enlighten me. So I'm really puzzled because at this point I'm feeling like the leasing agent got me mixed up with somebody else, because there's no way that my guest had the police call and, you know, she got my phone number and she didn't call me to tell me. Plus, she didn't even seem like that type of person. So I told the leasing manager, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna head over there and see what's going on. So I drove an hour from out of town. And I make it to the unit, y'all. I'm running on fumes. Like, I'm just angry. I'm just so mad because I was new to the game, y'all. So you imagine, I had just got my Airbnb probably like a month before that. And to have a guest already messing up my name, you already, you know, getting strikes and stuff. I'm like, all right. I get there. I'm banging at the door, y'all. And she opened the door, kind of looking at me crazy. I'm like, so the police was called last night? And she said no. And she looking crazy, hair all over her head. The unit is real dark. I step inside the unit. The first thing I notice is it's a bunch of containers everywhere. Now, I kind of was paying attention to him, but I wasn't. And my kids was with me. And my youngest baby, if you know anything about that youngest child, that doggone Kylia, she is very observant. Okay, that's my baby. Love her to death. So, although I noticed the totes, I kind of just, like, it didn't register. I'm too busy trying to look her in her face so she can tell me what's going on. And I'm trying to see, why is this woman lying to me? Because she telling me that no police came. And I'm like, yes, they did. That's what my manager said. So it must be some type of mix-up. So then she looks at her son. Her son, he looked to be about 10 years old. And let's just call him Jaquan. She was like, Jaquan, did the police come last night? Y'all, why he look at her with a straight face and shook his head up and down? And she, she got to cussing him out. Why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell me? And I'm like, wait a minute. How did he know that the police came, but you didn't know? She was like, oh, girl, I was at work. She trying to call me girl like we friends. Nah, sir, we ain't friends at this point. All of that going, that's going out the window. So she like, oh, girl, I was at work. I work third shift. And I'm like, yeah. Forget all that. Y'all got to go. So y'all got to go. Me and my children, we finna wait in the car. I'm going to give you 30 minutes to pack up, but you got to go. And the only reason I even gave her 30-minute time frame is because I seen that she wasn't fully put together, so I'm like, let me give her some time. But once I got in the car with the kids, we talking about it, and baby like, yeah, Mom, it was like 3 or 4 totes of containers. It looked like she was trying to move in. So at this moment, I'm still trying to process everything, just not even understanding what's going on. And then I also noticed that she had a 2-year-old, y'all. So, I forgot to tell y'all, while I was in there, she was, she texted me afterwards. Okay, so anyway, it was a 2-year-old in there. So I was immediately upset about that. My main concern was, why do you have a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old in my unit while you go work third shift? Sweetheart, this is not your home. You don't do that. You need to treat this as the same regulations as a hotel. Would you leave your kids at a hotel all night? I mean, shoot, I don't know. Some people probably would. But I'm not doing that with no 2-year-old. So anyway, before I had went to the car, I had told her, like, yeah, I'm going to give you 30 minutes. And then in 30 minutes, maintenance is going to come in here and escort you out. I wasn't even really trying to get maintenance involved because I didn't even like the maintenance team, but I kind of just let her know that just in case she tried to play with me. So she left. It took her a while to leave. It probably took her probably like 40 minutes because she had a lot of stuff. We even seen her going to the car making multiple trips with her stuff. And, when she left, she just immediately called me. She get to crying. She bursting out in tears, telling me she apologized because she would never try to, ruin another black business. She had no idea. Her son didn't tell her. And I'm like, that's all good and dandy, but I just don't appreciate the fact that you left him there while you went to work. Like, that's not sitting right with me because this is not your home. So you knew the possibility of something like this could happen. I understand how it is, single moms, but then she tried to lie and say, her sister was supposed to be coming over to check in on them. So anyway, I was mad at everybody. I was mad at the leasing office because I'm like, y'all could have just gave me a verbal warning or whatever. Y'all ain't have to put that on my account because now every time I log into my account, I can see that it's like a strike on my file. And then I was mad at the neighbor because I'm like, damn, neighbor, I wish that somebody would have just called me to tell me what was going on before it got to that point that the police was called. So apparently the police had came, and the police, they didn't see a problem with the situation. They just told them to quiet down and they left, which is shocking. That's really shocking. Fast forward a couple months later, and I bump into my neighbor in the hallway, and we finally had a conversation because I kind of was just avoiding talking to him because I was just irritated. But he tried to deny that it was him that called, but I know it was him that called. he ended up telling me that he heard the 2-year-old crying all night, and that he heard the 2-year-old like going through the cabinets. So I definitely believe it was him that called. At the end of the day, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at nobody. I was frustrated at the time. This was last year. I just took it as a lesson learned. Don't let nobody stay at your unit off the app. Because when I went to go check my unit after she left, y'all, she had only been there for a couple of days. Maybe it might have been like 5 days max. And you would have thought that she moved in. Like, it was dirty. The floors was extremely dirty. I don't understand how the unit could have gotten that dirty with them only being there that short amount of time. Which also never sat right with me, because she was just so comfortable in there, like they lived there. So had this incident had not happened, it seemed like sis was in there getting comfortable. That was a little sketch for me, because you also have to watch out for squatters. People would try to move in your unit and not leave. But that's all I have for my story time today, y'all. I never even showed y'all my new crib. I gotta show y'all the new crib. It's not that new. I've been here since December, so I have to do an official house tour. I'm definitely gonna do that sometime in the next week or so. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Like, comment, and subscribe.